Every human being is a part of one gender. What if you were the one gender that was treated differently? It's crazy that we have to think about that considering we're living in 2020. But I believe that there are many groups that are oppressed right now. Today we're going to talk about women's suffrage. In 1851, Soldier Truth gave a speech at the National Women's Convention. Truth says, "That man over there says women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and have the best place everywhere." Truth is talking about how men have stereotyped women. They make it sound like women are prissy little princesses who cannot do anything for themselves. They make women come off as weak and incapable of doing any tasks. She later says, "Ain't I a woman?" She's asking her audience to look at her in the eyes and tell her that she is not capable of doing the same things as men, that she is not deserving of equal treatment. The problem of women's suffrage doesn't just end there. It continues until this day. In a recent article written by Francesca Manzi, she says, "Women remain dramatically underrepresented in occupations that have traditionally dominated by men. This imbalance puts women at a social and economic disadvantage. With jobs labeled as male jobs, it makes it harder for women to accumulate these jobs. When hiring, many people overlook women because they believe it is man's work." She also says, "Nonetheless, women who choose to pursue traditionally male jobs, the mismatch between occupational stereotypes and female stereotypes gives rise to negative outcomes throughout their careers. Even if women work their tails off and eventually get a male stereotyped job, they still will not be treated equally. They will be hired less for job opportunities and treated poorly in the work community." My cousin works at Smoky Joe's. It's a restaurant, for those who didn't know, and at this restaurant, they have all male cooks. One of my cousin's friends, who happened to be female, had an interview to be one of the new cooks. She didn't end up getting the job, and it was given to a different male, who, in her opinion, wasn't as qualified. They offered her a job of a hostess or a waitress. She wondered why, but my cousin soon realized that they had never once had a female cook. This is because the owners didn't believe that there should be female cooks. When they thought of a chef, they thought of a male. Her friend ended up not taking the job because she didn't want to work for a company like that. This just shows the type of struggles that women have to deal with in our current world. Not only do women have to worry about getting a job that is male stereotyped, but when they do get the job, they have to work even harder because they end up being paid less. Kim Parker and Carrie Funk did research and conducted surveys and found out 4 in 10 working women in the United States say they have faced discrimination on the job because of their gender. Women will have the same occupation and the same qualifications, and they still end up getting paid less. Why? The only reason is because of their gender. When there is a conflict, women will be avoided if there is a man that they could go to for the questions. They get brought onto less projects, and they get included in less things. Think of all the job opportunities, promotions, and important projects women have missed out on because they were seen as incapable of doing it compared to a man. Their coworkers didn't believe in them only because they are a female. Not because they've messed up in the past, but because when you look at a male and a female, they think that the male can do it better. Men don't realize how lucky they are. They never have and never will have to prove that they can do the same thing as women. They will never be missing out on opportunities or have to work their tails off every day to show that they can do the exact same amount of work. In my opinion, they should, because us women could kick their butts any day of the week. But that's not how society thinks. Women still have to fight every day for equality. They continue to spread awareness to try and stop this problem. Women have been non-stop fighting to be treated the same as men and have the same job opportunities and representations. The discrimination of women is motivating them to fight for change. That's all for this week's episode of Getting in the Scoop with Greta. I hope you guys tune in next week. Have a happy holidays.